I did it. Okay. Please let me know if you can hear me. I would appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. Testing. Make sure everybody can hear me good and that my audio is on. Oh, I see why. Okay. It's picking up. I have a new so I have a new external monitor, and it is like picking up everything. It's a great monitor, but it's literally picking up all the back sounds. It's not coming through my laptop, so that's where the problem is. So I'm fixing that right now. So bear with me. It's my second time doing a live stream, and it's been interesting to say the least. And I think, oh, no, stop. So, Dee, can you hear me? Mm, 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 mm. Testing 1, 2, 3. Well, it shows that it's working. Okay, great. We're going to go with the flow and assume that it is working. So I don't have my headsets on. Okay, everybody. So, anyways, we're just going to go with the flow. Welcome back. I am Yolanda. I am Locating Cozy, and I am out here just living the life and really appreciating some major changes in my life right now. So, at this point, I am in Spain. Hi there. I am in Spain. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. That's the big thing. So I'm just waiting for somebody just to say like, yes, girl, we hear you. Well, I am happy to say that I got my comments. Okay, great. That's all I needed to know. Good to go. Thank you. Okay, so excuse the background. I'm actually in Barcelona. So y'all all know that I moved to Spain about a month ago, and I moved to Zaragoza. But I have a pet sit in Barcelona. So I literally took the train from Zaragoza today, and I'm here in Barcelona now. It is 10 o'clock at night here right now. So there's this beautiful view back here of the beach, because it's literally, I'm in Badalona, which is just a little north of Barcelona. It's, I guess, not even really a suburb, but yeah. Anyways, I'm beachside. I have this beautiful big balcony, and I'm beachside right now. So it is a gorgeous view, but it is 10 o'clock at night here. And so the other thing, I'm taking my glasses off on and off because the glare from the glasses, my little Amazon store glasses, I got like 5 in a pack. They're giving like a serious glare. So I'll take them off, and when I need to read, I'll put them back on. So anyways, um, yeah, I am here in Badalona. The wonderful homeowners, I'm taking care of 2 cats, and the wonderful homeowners actually leave in the morning. They have a 4-bedroom flat here, and I was invited to go ahead and stay in one of their rooms for the night. They leave at like 4:30 in the morning. So I was like, cool, save my money. Cool. So and I was telling them that I'm going live stream, and so they're like back in the room, and I'm all set up in their in their living space. But they've been really cool, and I'll share more about them later on, but I'm not going to put their business out here while I'm staying here. Okay. So Yes, I'm so excited that I finally got oh yeah, but yeah, so the background is the background is the background. It is what it is. And the cats are actually pretty nice and she thought that the owners were concerned that the cats would be standoffish and not like deal with me at all, but they are absolutely wonderful and they came right up to me. So I feel like I got some kind of cat whispering thing going on. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm here for a week and I'm going to get up in the morning. I arise at the crack of dawn. As soon as I see sunlight come out just a little bit, I am literally um I'm up. I'm up and I feel like my day is being wasted if I'm not up. Go figure. So here I am for the next week and still working on some things. If you are a friend of mine on or follow me on Instagram, then you know that I've just been working through some of the legalities of trying to get my paperwork, my visa for to get to reside in Spain. And that's been, I don't even want to say it was been a challenge. I'll say that it has been an experience. Um, I'm somewhere in me, I'm like, I can't believe this. But I'm like, girl, you up and move to another freaking country. Get over yourself. It is what it is. So that's me not getting myself all worked up over something that you knew that the bureaucratic process for moving to any other country was going to be something different. Imagine what it's like for anybody that's moving to the US and what it's been like for them. So I'm sucking it up and I'm going to take each day and each challenge as is and just kind of go with the flow. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I'm saying all these positive affirmations right now, but yeah, I'll be in the background sometimes just cursing like this, yeah. So been there, done that. Yeah, I'm still going to complain maybe sometime, but I try to keep it in check. That's all. Okay, so let me see. What was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about I spent 2 months in Mexico. I spent 2 months in Mexico. Not in a million years did I think I would be spending 2 months in Mexico by myself, booked a pet sit and hightailed it to Mexico from December 8th last year to like February, mid-February. I was in Mexico and it was overwhelmingly like, girl, who do you think you are? I'm the chick that's in Mexico by herself, and I'm the type of person that's going to find community no matter where I am. Okay. But before we get started on that, I did want to say, please do. I keep taking off my glasses. It just is what it is. It's me for real. I did just want to say, please do like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And I'm so happy that you guys are here and checking this out. And I hope that you walk away fully entertained with some great information today. Okay, so let's see here. I wanted to talk about, oh yeah, you know what? I realized I've been saying locating cozy, but I did give my live stream chat a name. Yes, I did. I named it Abroad Chat with Locating Cozy. I thought that was just such a cool, different name. And it came up on the fly, really, because I had a completely different name. But I was like, Abroad Chat. It has like 3 different meanings, abroad chat, and then abroad chat, you know, y'all got it. Anyways, I just liked it because my personality is very much, I go off on random tangents. So the spectrum of the conversation might be a little off, but that's okay. Keep up. We good. So, what else? I hope that everybody is doing okay. I do like to ask, to try to like incorporate this is where are you joining me from today? I said right now I'm in Barcelona, Spain, and I would love to know where some of you guys are located at. Don't want to put everybody's business out there, so I will not assume because I know where you are. I think you're still there. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, please do share where you are if you wouldn't mind. Thank you very much. Oh, Andrea. Okay, so by the way, okay, Andrea, I just realized, yes, you're here. Okay, so Andrea, I literally just met Andrea this weekend, this Saturday. We met. She belongs to Melanin Madrid. And I can't even remember how the conversation started. Oh, there was a lady that was on Melanin Madrid that had asked if there was like any women over, I guess, 40 or 50. I couldn't remember which one it was, but who like, might want to meet up in Madrid. And I just said that I had just moved to Zaragoza. And Andrea is like, I will be in Zaragoza in a couple of weeks. And I was like, okay, well, let's get together. So we met for the first time this weekend. And that was a lot of fun. We went to this really cool restaurant. What was the name of that restaurant? Pan and Sabaya? Yeah, I think that was it. Pan and Sabaya. I'm sorry. Pan and Sabaya. Saboya. Okay, yeah, I'm taking classes, y'all. Work with me. Okay. But let's see here. I'm not kidding. Okay, well, I guess nobody wants to tell me where they are. So, anyways, but yes, Andrea, thank you for joining. I know I sent you the link. I was just like, oh, I'm going to share my some of my experiences so far, and would love for you to join. So, with that, oh, yeah, basically, yeah. How are you locating cozy? Where are you at? What you doing? But let's see here. Let me go back, and that's what okay. Yeah, a broad chat with locating cozy. I selected the wrong one. That's the name of the live stream. A broad chat with locating cozy. Anyways, so I was going to just share some of my experiences, and one is while in Mexico, I went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City, and San Miguel de Allende. So while my first was in Puerto Vallarta, and that was a month-long pet sit. And again, I had a couple of friends that were like, what are you going to do there? What are you going to do for the holidays? And I'm like, I will be in Puerto Vallarta. It's fine. And it was a gorgeous place. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had every intention on, sharing pics, in my live chat and, just for, the full effect. But I'm still a newbie in this whole live stream thing. And so I don't want to, I'm not that good yet. I can do a Zoom meeting and share screens and all that, but I'm not that good yet, clearly. So I'm a work in progress. So I'm not going to tempt fate right now and try to like put some, put some pictures and everything in here. It's just not my mission yet. I'm going to get there, but I'm not there yet, and I don't want to test it. But Puerto Vallarta was amazing. Oh, okay. Yeah, Pine and Sabaya. Thank you. And I'm still saying it wrong, but yeah. Oh, and hello, Rhonda. Rhonda is somebody very special to me. I'm not going to put all her business out there, but you know who you are. Miss Campbell. Hello. Thanks for joining. So anyways, God, I completely forgot. So yeah, people were like wondering like how I was just going to go to Mexico. But my first pet sit was for a month. And the thing is, before I usually go anywhere, whether I have a pet sit in Austin or I had a pet sit in North Carolina. I had a pet sit in Morocco one time. But before I go, I usually try to find community before I get on a plane to go anywhere or drive anywhere. I'm trying to find like I will go on like Meetup to see like is there some networking group or some, I don't know, a book club or whatever it is, or somebody that likes to do like some meetup group that likes to do cocktails or listen to jazz. That's my personality. I'm going to try to find community before I get there. And that's exactly what I did when I went to Mexico, before I went to Mexico. So of course, Exodus Summit, the women are everywhere. And so I definitely, reached out and found some communities within the Exodus Summit community, women that were already there. I also, brothers and sisters of wherever, brothers and sisters of Mexico City, brothers and sisters of Puerto Vallarta, there's brothers and sisters or Black in. You can just about go anywhere. Hi, Linda. go anywhere and there's like a Black in or a girls group. It's not just, I'm very versatile, clearly, as far as who I hang out with and who I'll communicate with. So like Girl Gone International, they have chapters all over. So I always try to see if there's a girl group. I'm not so much looking into like any kind of singles thing, not opposed to it, just not my, it's just not on the front of my brain, as far as I need to find all the single people in Puerto Vallarta or in Mexico City. It just didn't, my brain wasn't thinking like that, just because I had other things going on. So my focus was to find community with other women, other people of color, just other people that are more possibly like-minded, of just appreciating some ease or trying to get out the rat race. And don't get me wrong, I still work. And most people, not everybody's retiring or taking their full retirement. Everybody has their own different story. I've got to take off these glasses. They're driving me crazy. Everybody has their own different story and their own journey or mission that they're on. Okay. So, with that, yes, community is key for me. So when I got to Puerto Vallarta, I stayed at a Airbnb my first night, which is a really, really nice Airbnb. It was like a block away from the Malecon, or from the boardwalk, where I was staying at. And then I also found like I'm not going to go into all of it because I'm going to mess up names, but I'm going to put the link to my, there was supposed to be a two-part. I did a part one of my Mexico stay. I never did the part two. That's why I'm talking about it now. But I can share. I can share the link in here. I like that. So here is the name of it. Wait a minute. Did I do it? Nope. Okay. Here's the name, and then here is the link. So, anyways. Let's see. Okay, so I got that in there. So if you want to hear more about something more detailed, like when it was fresh in my brain of Puerto Vallarta, please do check out that part one. It was a really great experience. Marky and Pat still standing. Hi. They had me out in the streets. I went out at 11 o'clock at night. I don't do that, but I was out, and yeah, people way older than me danced like circles around me. It was really great. It was fun just to get out there and just be dancing and not having, not really caring. It was very freeing. And that was great. And then I also, while I was there, I went archaeological, and I went to the jungle. Anyways, check out the video, part one. It has all the detail in there. Now, the other part that I did not talk about in my first video was the day before I left, went to Sayulita with one of the women, Marky, that I met in Puerto Vallarta. That was just a wonderful, beautiful experience. I had some, jackfruit. Oh my God. It did not know anything. That we had a tour guide. We took a van. It was like maybe, I think, 8 of us. And we went to Sayulita, but on the way we stopped at a roadside stand, and I had this jackfruit that was so good. It was candy. And I was leaving the next day, and I literally, when we got back from this whole experience in Sayulita and going on the beach and just walking around, I literally wrapped up that jackfruit that I had because it was so good. It was like candy, and I put it in my luggage. I was like, I'm taking this with me to Mexico City. I don't care. I like double wrapped it really good, and I was just chowing down on that. That was just the best, sweetest experience as far as just jackfruit. Yeah, jackfruit. Anyways, what else? The other thing, so yeah, that was a really great experience just to get out. People were like, oh, you got to go do this, you got to go whale watching, you have to do all these different experiences. I was there for a month, so I was not in any big hurry to get to do like the I guess the tourist thing. I mean, I was there. I went to the farmers market every single Saturday while I was there, and that was really great. The food there, yeah, really, really good. I wasn't too impressed with the restaurants, the local restaurants in Puerto Vallarta, but at the farmers market, there was really some great food options all the way around. I think I said this in my last video that I was told by Rashida and some other people that that, Mexico City is the preferred area. And at the time I went to Puerto Vallarta first, and I was absolutely loving Puerto Vallarta. But once I got to Mexico City, I understand the difference. But let me go back. Okay, I'm going to share something with y'all. I had an experience when I decided that I like to volunteer. That's one of the things I like to do. If I can find a way, I volunteered with the SPCA. I fostered. That's how I got my last pet early. Anyways, I like to volunteer. So since I was down in Puerto Vallarta during the holidays, during the Christmas holidays, I had found they actually have like a community of, volunteer Facebook groups of volunteer opportunities. So I went, they were doing the toy drive where people were dropping off toys, and we had to like get them separated out according to the age groups or whatever. And there was a lady that was in charge. And so she was, very nice. I'm not going to give any details about her or whatever. She was just nice and was, guiding everybody on what they need to do. And there was a young Mexican kid. He was, I don't know, he was like about maybe 14, 15 years old. And he was just standing around, I guess what I would just say being a typical teenager, just sitting around, but he was supposed to be there helping whatever. And this lady who was not of color, who was not Mexican, turned to me frustrated and said, "These Mexican kids are so lazy." And I was shocked that she, one, felt comfortable just saying that to me. Well, one, that she said it at all, because she was clearly an expat. She's been living there. And when I looked at her, she says, "No, I can say that because I've been living here for years." And I didn't say, I didn't lose my cool or anything like that, but she could tell that maybe she shouldn't have said that to me. It was just so, it pissed me off, quite frankly. Just for her, and all I kept thinking in my brain, I know that she was there helping the community. She was actually, she's done great work as far as from what I understand. She's been doing a lot of great work within the community and volunteers, and getting expats to volunteer. But for her to feel so comfortable to make that statement, to me, he was just being a teenager, any teenager that would have just been, just a distant teenager that didn't want to do anything and stuff. So for her to make reference that Mexican children or teenagers are just so lazy, and just feeling exasperated, her look of exasperation just really pissed me off, quite frankly. So anyways, I got my volunteer fix in. I was happy to do it. I wanted to do some other volunteer activities that was not related to this person, but I was unable to, for many reasons. I was busy and I didn't want to go too far. Some of the opportunities were not within proximity, and I was up on a big hill. Now, one of the things that happened also while I was in Puerto Vallarta, and I think I talked about this in my first video, was that I got sick. I think a week, 3 days after, actually, I think it was like 2 days after I had checked into the PetSit. The PetSit was a Saturday. I think that Monday, maybe Sunday, I got sick, and I was like, "Oh, I'm getting a cold." And it was a cold. It was, I had a fever, but it wasn't really. It was a cold, but I felt like I needed some antibiotics. So I went into the pet sit that I was at. I looked in her cupboard, in the cabinets in the bathroom, and I saw that she had some antibiotics, but I wasn't going to take the antibiotics because I didn't want to find out that it was something else in there, and it wasn't like it was like amoxicillin, but I didn't want to like take it and find out like, oh, she actually put something else in there. So I, veered away, but I know I needed some medicine, and I know, like, in Mexico, you can just, like, go to the pharmacy and pick up some antibiotics. So I actually was in contact with the owner, and she did eventually confirm that yes, she had just gotten those antibiotics, and that I could take some. But I mean, I was up hilltop. I couldn't go get any groceries. It was like I really was like not feeling well. Again, I thought I was like, girl, you are really sick. Yeah, I didn't know sick until 2 months later. But anyways, I'll lead up to that. Um, Yes. Okay. Yeah, Andrea. Yes. That's all I was thinking was colonizer. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was really, really upset about that. But again, I kept my cool. So, anyways, uh, I'm sorry. I guess I should have just, uh, everybody saw what, Andrea said, but I can actually show this. But yeah, what she said, she was like, the colonial mindset. Yeah, that's how I felt for her to be so comfortable saying that in a country that she's not even from, and just because she's lived there for I don't know how many, ever many years, she felt like she had the right to say it. No, you don't. No, it's not cool. Not at all. Um, So, anyways, I was sick. It took about maybe a week. I was able to get some groceries delivered to me along with some ibuprofen. I took like a fever reducer, so I had some ibuprofen through Rappi. The only thing is with Rappi, um, you need a cash on you. Now, the owner of the property had actually left like a few hundred pesos to pay the electric bill. And she had told me, she says, well, just take the money out of there and then just replace it whenever you feel better. So I was able just go ahead and pay cash and pay in pesos when the Rappi guy came up that big ass hill. So anyways, I felt revived. I was so happy when I felt better. And then I was ready to hit the streets again. I had a whole month. So I was like, it wasn't like the worst thing. It was pretty bad at the time though. Okay. So next, after I finished, and oh, by the way, yeah, just FYI, guys, if you there's a whole story in my part one in Puerto Vallarta that I shared about how I couldn't get into the house when I first got to my pet sit. So yeah, pop on over there and check out that video, and so you can be even more entertained. Yeah, I've had some challenges with the pet sits, but nothing that can't be overcome. I have to take it. When it happened, I was like, this is some great material here. Okay, so next, let's see. Anyways, let's see here. What's next? So next, when I went to Mexico City. So in Mexico City, I had a 1 week pet sit, but it wasn't starting right away. So I was spending 3 weeks in Mexico City, and that is just because I wanted to. There was people in Mexico City that I wanted to meet up with, Rashida, and a couple of other people. But anyways, I wanted to meet up with some people there, and I wanted to experience Mexico City also. So again, found community. One of the communities that I found right away was, I think it's Brothers and Sisters of Mexico City. I think that's where, because there's that Black-owned restaurant. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I got to get the name of it. Restaurant Mexico City. I mean, it's the only one that I know of. So let's see here. It is called Black Cocina. Black Cocina. Cochina? Because yeah, that's what it's called. I'm gonna put the link on here just so y'all know. Anyways, yeah. So the first like week I was there, I was at an Airbnb, and it was in Tacubaya. It was not the best neighborhood, but the Airbnb itself, It was really great customer service. It was like a little small studio apartment, very, very like micro hotel small, but very great customer service. Oh, okay. I don't know why. Okay, so Black Sea Cocina is on Instagram, but I'm not able to pull up Instagram. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna put the name of the restaurant here. Black owned Mexican restaurant in Sea. Okay, so yeah, that's the name of it. Anyways, um, but the Airbnb, just really, really great customer service, really, really nice, wonderful people. Actually, when I actually checked out of there, one of the housekeepers helped me get my stuff to the Uber that was picking me up, and she actually gave me a hug. It was like a very like oh like I was a good guest and she was a good just a good person. They had like everything that you needed there. And yeah, the housekeeping lady, she was very, I think her name was Rosemary. It's been a few months, so I could be wrong. I think it was Rosa. Yeah. Anyways, she was just very sweet, but everybody there was very wonderful. I felt very safe in that area. But with that, I think like 3 days after I got there, um, I can't remember what night it was. Anyways, Black Sea Cocina, I went there because they had hip hop trivia night, like from the 90s hip hop trivia night. And you go there, you have some food that had some um, island inspiration. And yeah, it was really good food. It was good food, good vibe. I have never participated in trivia. That's not my jam. But hip hop trivia was a lot of fun. And again, I believe I found them on Brothers and Sisters in Mexico City. I think that's how I found out about that gathering. And then I also found a walking group. A walking group. Yeah, they walk you. You walk. You meet up with these group of Black women at Chapultepec Park, which is like this huge park in the middle of Mexico City, and they walk. And on Wednesdays and Saturdays, it was really, really great. Just connecting with all these women like twice a week, and yeah, and get your walk on. Like they be doing like 3 or 4 miles, and I don't do bridges, and we had to walk over the first day. Had to walk over like this bridge, and oh yeah, by the way, altitude sickness is real. I didn't know why I was so out of breath just walking up some stairs when I was at my Airbnb. And I didn't know until the first time I met up with the walking group and we walked over this bridge, and I was just like huffing and puffing. I was like, what is going on? And because I thought I had, got away with not experiencing that. And because I thought I would have other symptoms. Uh, yeah, it was brutal. I was like, God, age just just caught up with me so fast. And yeah, I thought I was dying. I was like, okay, maybe you do need to go to the hospital. And then one of the ladies in the group said, no, it's the altitude. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense, right? Thank God. Anyways, I'm glad I figured that out. Altitude sickness is real, and I am happy that I'm okay and didn't have to go to the doctor yet. So after I left my first Airbnb, I went to another one for like a couple of nights that was closer. Where was that at? It was closer in the Reforma area, which I'm talking like I know the whole city of Mexico City now and stuff. I didn't know where I was at the time. I just knew it was a nicer area. The room itself, it was another like micro room, but it served its purpose. The only problem I had with that place, because they had the doorman, it's very cool. The only problem that I had with this Airbnb was because you get off the elevator and the elevator would be like the doors would open and you have to like step up a little bit or step down a little bit. And if you weren't paying attention, you would trip. Yeah, that was a little bit unnerving. But overall, that was a great experience. So then I had, went ahead and I got to do a pet sit. It was 2 cats. They were absolutely wonderful. Very easy going pet sit. The whole thing with the drain, the whole thing with the sometimes the smells coming up from shower stalls, the drainage. Yeah, that's real. And so, like a lot of the places that I stayed at in Mexico, they had like the shower, the little drains, covers for the drains and stuff to help slow down that smell from coming up in some of those places. Anyways, I had a great time. What else was I going to share? Walking group. Oh, yeah. Went to go see Carmen the Opera. Didn't realize at the time I got tickets with some other ladies and didn't realize that it wasn't a live opera. We thought it was going to be a live opera at this facility, at this theater, and it was actually televised from New York. And the thing was, I understood enough of it, but it was a Italian opera televised from New York with subtitles in Spanish. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay, so I mean, I got the gist. It was a very modern take on Carmen. It was good. It was good, but I had to like use some imagination. I had to, figure it out. And some of the words, I was like, I know that word. I know that word. Yeah. So yeah, that was me watching Carmen. But it was great because then, we went out and had some went to a restaurant and had some a really good margaritas with the mezcal margaritas, or maybe no, yeah, actually at the end the waiter just brought us shots of mezcal, I think, or tequila or something. Yeah, we were lit. Anyways, so that was cool. Now, I in the last week again, because I wanted my pet sit was only 1 week, but I wanted to really spend some good quality time in Mexico City. So I did get another Airbnb, and this was actually a Saunders. That was like the nicest, like it was like a hotel. Like they built the whole building, I guess, just for like Airbnbs. So long-term stays or whatever. Yeah. Anyways, worst experience. Absolutely worst experience. The customer service people were very nice, make no mistake, but my internet, like my I couldn't get my internet to work. I couldn't get access because I have like the NordVPN thing on my laptops, and I couldn't get access. It was just challenging. It was freezing in those hotel rooms. Yeah, it was just a harsh experience. It was in a beautiful location. It was a very nice hotel. Oh yeah, and then when I got there, they because one of the things they had was like, we have the gym, we have, the cafes and all this. And when I got there, they were like, oh no, it was a new place and it wasn't up and running, like, so there was no gym. Now, I got attitude because there was no gym. Was I really going to the gym? No. I was at another Airbnb. I didn't go to the gym. When I was doing my pet sit in Puerto Vallarta, there was a whole gym downstairs. I didn't go. So I got attitude just because there wasn't a gym that I could just completely ignore anyways, right? Yeah. So, hi, Rapper MD. How you doing? I'm glad that you joined. So, um, but again, it was beautiful. They had art week. What is it? Was it art week? I think it was art week that they had. Somebody smoking some. I'm sorry, I'm looking around because I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm smelling weed. I'm like, hmm, I, I smell the ganja. Okay, yeah, somebody around here smoking some. Yeah, it's very noticeable. It made me turn my head. Okay, so anyways, um, what's I about to say? Oh yeah, they had art week. Yeah, so that was really cool. I was supposed to be meeting some of the ladies of the walking group. They were, you find out about different events for some of the women that actually live here, or excuse me, lived in Mexico City. So they had the art week, and where you just go down to these different galleries, just like in any other place. And it was really cool. I happened upon this rooftop party that I was well received at, and yeah, I was there by myself, but yeah, it was fun. And I had my first whiskey sour. It was a mezcal sour. That drink was so good. Oh my gosh. Now I've been chasing this dragon now where I go to different places now. My drink of choice is, some people know already, old fashioned and a Manhattan. One of those. That's my drink of choice. But when in Rome, I was like in Mexico City, and that's not there. I mean, unless you go to a very specific cocktail bar, and usually they just weren't getting that right anyways. But I enjoyed that whiskey sour. The name of that place I can't remember. I know I will know if I'm ever in Mexico City again. Yes, I will be. I know where to go. But that mezcal whiskey sour was so good, and so now that is one of my drinks of choice when in the States, is to get a good whiskey sour. Who knew? Yeah, enjoy that. So then I had to get ready to go to my last leg of the trip, which was San Miguel de Allende. Yay, I got a pet sit there. I was so excited. Wonderful, wonderful couple. They were getting ready to go to the States for a while. And yeah, they needed me to come and watch their cat and their dog. So, no, did I say cat and dog? Yes, it was. Yeah, it was the cat and dog. It was like there was no kitty litter because the cat would go outside and do his business. Yeah. Anyways, um, I'm getting ready to take a bus from Mexico City to San Miguel de Allende. Everything's all good. Get up in the morning, having problems. I was just being challenged every which way that morning. But so I couldn't connect to my Uber so I can get an Uber to take to the train station so I can take the train to San Miguel de Allende, right? Right. I still can't believe this happened. I restart my phone. I'm going through all this. I'm checking now. Let me back up a little bit here. I was really concerned about not putting the right information in because I'd never been to the train station in Mexico City. So I was checking and double checking because I guess there's a couple of different, not train stations, bus stations. I'm sorry, it was a bus station. I'm double checking because there's different locations that you can go to. So when I'm getting my ticket, I'm wanting to make sure that I'm selecting the right place, okay? Because I bought my ticket online. So the day before, I am checking, and on Google, there's one address for that bus station. But on the actual ticket, there's another address. So when I put it in Uber, I'm seeing two different addresses. I don't know why. So I go downstairs to the front desk and I ask them, this is the train. I keep saying train. Excuse me, guys. This is the bus station where I need to go. Okay. Anyways, where I need to go. Can you please confirm? So they confirm. It's like, okay, so this is the address. So I put it in Uber. The next morning, when I finally get my phone to work and I can finally access Uber, and I order my Uber. Says that it'll be there in 3 minutes. So I have all my stuff because you have a lot of luggage. I had my big suitcase and then a smaller suitcase and then my backpack. So I am heading out and I see my Uber is coming up. And I decide to go out and meet him on the street so he can get my bags right away, which was a big, big mistake. I forgot that there's a bike lane. So where you walk to the sidewalk and then the Uber driver pulls up, but right between where the Uber driver stops in front and where I'm standing, I forgot there's a bike lane and people are biking. And I actually stepped out and it was like slow, fast motion. I look up and one guy is trying to stop. I see some people make it around and I'm trying to like pull my bags back onto the sidewalk. And two people on bikes crash into the back of the Uber. One guy, he hurt. It's like I mean, it wasn't like super fast, but it was fast enough that I was completely shocked. And I'm trying to back up and I'm freaking out. And one of the guys, not the one that actually, the one guy like kind of really did, he like skinned his knee up pretty bad. It wasn't like it, he skinned his knee. Okay. The other guy that kind of fell over but was okay jumped up and started cursing me out every which way possible in Spanish. And I all I could say was lo siento, lo siento. I was just I'm so sorry. I cannot believe I did that. I was not paying attention. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I felt so bad. I was so concerned. I was like, "Oh my God." And so here's the thing also. I had watched like a vlog, I don't know, some months ago about if you don't have, if you're driving and even if it's not your fault, you still have to like maybe go to like whatever their version of jail until you actually get the somebody from the Mexican insurance company actually validates that they will cover the cost if there's any like injuries or whatever. I can't remember the full story. I can't remember who it was, but it was a vlog that I watched a couple of months ago about their experience when they got into a car accident that was not their fault. But the cops came, they had to go, and she had to like go down to the police station, and I don't know if it was jail or police station for like 24 hours or something crazy. So in my mind, I'm like, you're going to jail because you just caused this bike accident, these bikers to go hit the back of this car. But anyways, I was very, very apologetic. The guy was very aggressive. The one that actually hurt his knee was not saying too much, and I was just really, truly concerned. My Uber driver, the guy that was yelling at me then started yelling at the Uber driver. I don't know why. It wasn't the Uber driver's fault at all. And it was just a bad scene. Um, the crazy thing was the guy that was being so aggressive, the other people, like there was a lot of bystanders. There was, it was a whole scene. Um, but the people actually came because I was starting to get emotional. I felt really, really bad. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't know what to do. And the Uber driver and some other people were telling the guy to shut up and chill out because yeah, he was just, I didn't feel I didn't feel like he was about to pull out a gun and shoot me, but he was like really upset. And because I'm in another country and I'm not speaking the language, well, let's be real. I suck at it right now. I mean, I can hold some conversation, but yeah, I suck at it. So, anyways, with all that being said, I people started coming to my defense and trying to tell the guy to calm down. The Uber driver's like, come on, let's go, everything's fine. I apologized to the guy that was actually really hurt and didn't say anything, and he was okay and he was understanding and cool. So anyways, I get in the Uber, the guy, the Uber driver starts taking off. He sees I have the suitcases. He was, really trying to calm me down, and I was okay. And then he's like, where are you going? And I said I was going to I showed him the address. I said, I'm going to the train station. He's like, no, that's not what your Uber, that's not what it says in the Uber. The Uber was, I don't know how this happened after all of me being trying to be so very careful. I ordered the Uber to go someplace else. I don't know if it was a glitch in the system. I don't know what it was, but that Uber was about to take me across town someplace else. And thank goodness the Uber driver actually, asked me, and he said, no, that's not where you're going to. We can fix this. And that's when I just lost it. I just started crying. I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to get to San Miguel Day and day. And I mean, I got really, really emotional. Yeah, it was bad. And the Uber driver, I wish I could remember his name now. Again, it's been a couple of months, but he was just so nice. We were not, I mean, he took my phone, he canceled the Uber, he put in the correct address. He offered me water. He was like, it's okay. He was saying in Spanish, it's okay, you're gonna be okay. I'm like, okay. And we got on the right track. I called my daughter in Spain, and I was like, telling her what happened. And, the guy's like, trying, again, he was just really trying to make sure I was okay. So finally, my daughter calmed me down. I calmed down. I'm like, okay, let's go. And the whole time, again, I didn't understand him, but he was really just trying to comfort me and just let me know like, mistakes happen. It's okay. We get to the train station. He gets out of the car and gets my luggage out. And at that point, I think that the Uber itself was, I'll say maybe it was 20 pesos. I don't know. It was like something, it wasn't a lot. Maybe it was more than 20 pesos. I can't remember. It was like, I think it came out to like maybe $8 or maybe $10, something like that. Anyways, the bottom line is, um, I ended up giving him the equal amount in cash, in pesos that I paid for that Uber. Because when he got out and got my luggage and he came and he just held my hand. We're at the train station, or at the bus station. He's holding my hand. He's saying these words, and I've lost. My parents are gone. I mean, well, my dad is it's gone. So the way he was talking to me and comforting me, I just started boohooing again. I was like, I mean, it was just so. It was so. He was so considerate and so caring and comforting that, yeah, I just lost it again. I was like, okay, thank you. And he was just saying these words and I'm just agreeing. Don't know what he's saying, but I know it was good. I know it was loving and kindness. And so yeah, I that was my experience, with the accident that I caused, and that stayed with me. And I hope those people I'm sure they're fine, but I really do appreciate the people that rallied and tried, were there to assist me, and protect me, from the guy that had every right to be mad. Don't get me wrong, but he just took it to the next level. Um, so that was that. Off I go to San Miguel at the end of the day. So right now, let me just say, this is right now, this pet sit, this is my third, I think my third time where I've actually, um, stayed in the house the night before, uh, the, uh, the homeowners go on their vacation. If they're nice and I'm going to stay at their house and they're offering, I'm going to stay. So I get to San Miguel. It was like, I think maybe 2.5, 3 hours, 3 hours, I guess. Yeah, 3 hours about from Mexico City. I get to the house. It's a beautiful, like 5 bedroom compound that is just gorgeous. The most eclectic, cool art. Um, Wonderful, just sweet couple that just welcomed me completely. I mean, like literally, I got there and I got there like at 1 o'clock, and by 1:30 I had a margarita in my hand because one of the guys had taken me down to like one of the local restaurants. Like we walked around, and yeah, by 1:30 he was like, "Yes, let's go get some little appetizers, tapas or whatever." And he got me this mezcal margarita, and I was like, "Well, okay then, yes." So I actually stayed with them for 2 days. They were home for 2 days before. Was it 2 days? No, it was one day. I think they left in the afternoon or something. I feel like I spent 2 days with them. Go figure. I don't know. I can't remember. So I'm in San Miguel. Again, I find community. I went on and was looking for, I don't know. I think there was some women from Exodus Summit that are, of course, in San Miguel. I can't remember her name. I found a couple of them, but I just felt so welcome. It was just this property was so gorgeous, and it was funny because they were like their bedroom was downstairs and the other bedrooms were upstairs. The cat had his own room. The cat had his own room. Okay, like you go in, there's the bed. There's the cat bed on top of the full size bed. Yeah, it was the cat's room. Yeah. Anyways, everything was great. San Miguel was an experience. Um, I think was it? Yeah. They left, I believe, on a Sunday. I think I got there Friday afternoon. They left early Sunday morning. That's what it was. Okay, so they had left by the time I woke up. I think they left to go to the airport about maybe 3 or 4 in the morning, something like that, maybe 2. So, anyways, I get up. I'm walking around. San Miguel is just such a cool, quaint town. Um, I don't think that that's some place that I could live. Because anywhere I go now, I'm like, could you live here? No, but I will definitely come back to San Miguel. Okay. Okay. So, um, I had heard one of the ladies that I had conversations with, she wasn't available. Oh gosh, she sings, she performs, she's a local performer. She sings in some of the different restaurants around San Miguel. I can't remember her name right now, but yeah, she's a local performer. And anyways, she wasn't going to be able to meet up with me, so she suggested that I go to this Mexican restaurant in San Miguel that was not in the tourist area. It was like off some. So I get a cab. The cab was like maybe, I don't know, $3 or $4. Um, yeah, $3 or $4 USD. And I go, first of all, I realized that I left my money at home. So the cab driver had to take me to an ATM. So I had to explain to the cab driver that I need to go find an ATM. And it's funny because I keep saying ATM and he's like, ATM? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, ATM. Like, I didn't have that much attitude when I was speaking to him, but I was like, ATM, like, duh. And then I finally realized, girl, you are trying to speak English in this country and it's not ATM. He got it. I had to mime some things, but yeah, just my brain just reverted to ATM. Duh. What? Yeah, you should know this. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't, because I'm in this country. Okay, so anyways, go to the ATM. Uh, go back to the restaurant. I go to this restaurant. I go in, and it's like this beautiful. What's the name of it right now? I can't remember. I will put it in the. I don't want to do the research right now because I didn't know I was going to be talking about this, but I'll put it in the links when I remember. One of the cats is here. Okay. Anyways, I go into the restaurant, this Mexican restaurant, and the hostess is like, "Oh, here's your people over here." I was like, I'm here by myself. I didn't know what she was talking about. And then I walk in and I see a lady, excuse me, a table of like, it had to be about a good 12 Black women. And I was like, well, I don't want to intrude. So I started walking over to go sit by myself at the little stand area to watch like look at the whole city. It had a beautiful view. And I catch eyes with some of the Black women. And they were like, hey, come over. You belong here. It was such a cool feeling. It was so funny. I was like, well, I think I will. So, yeah, I went over there and sat down and started talking to these women. And I think it was, we were supposed to, actually had plans to go see the lady perform. God, I'm sorry that I can't remember your name right now. But again, I will pull that information and put it in the description because I want you to get your justice and people know who you are. Anyways, they were going out for Valentine's Day, and I was going to be the date of one of the ladies, just to go. But yeah, we really connected. It was really great. Of course, I love telling the story about how I am a traveling pet sitter, so I'm sharing all of this experience. And let me see. I'm trying to see. Somebody says, "Hugh, where are those?" Okay, let me just see here. Dun, dun, dun. Were those pet sits in Mexico with expats or citizens? Oh, the pet sits were with expats. All three of my pet sits in Puerto Vallarta. Um, okay, so it says that I'm still streaming. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my conversation. Okay. I know that a lot of y'all have, I'm speechless right now. I was on just at the very top, like right at the end of my story time, my broad chat, and everything just went haywire. I lost internet connection. It said that my battery on my laptop is low. I don't know what's going on, but I was like bound and determined that I was coming back to finish this. Right now, I'm literally hooked up to my phone's data, the hotspot, yeah, the mobile hotspot right now, just to get this part done. So, anyways, thank you guys for coming back. I'm going to kind of probably put these two together. Um, these two videos together so that, oh God, my hair is just like doing the most. Anyways, put these two together so that it makes more sense. But let me see if I can go ahead and finish. I'm a chick on a mission now. Okay, we're having a broad chat. I was talking about the last leg of my trip in Mexico, which was 1 week in San Miguel de. I met up with some amazing women just by chance when I walked into this Mexican restaurant. And it was a bunch of Black women sitting at a table, and they just welcomed me with open arms. And it was just a wonderful experience. I got to know these women. And then we had planned to get together for these perform. And then I got sick. Not like when I got sick the first time in Puerto Vallarta. I thought that was bad. No, 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 no. I got sick. I got up, I think it was Monday morning. It was the Monday. Yeah, the Monday after I'd met up with the ladies. And I was like, why am I cold? Why do I have chills? What's going on? And literally, I could feel the fever. And you know what? I travel with a thermometer. I have a little digital thermometer that I keep in my luggage with me at all times. And I'm so glad that I did. My fever got up to 103.6. It was really, really bad. And I remember I was like, just go down to the little pharmacy down the street to get some antibiotics. And I took the dog because, the dog, I mean, it was an enclosed area. The property was enclosed, so the dog could just go outside. But, just you still need to walk the dog sometimes. So anyways, it was a little dog. So I decided that I was going to take the dog and I was going to go down to the pharmacy to see about getting some antibiotics. And I thought to myself, I don't know if I can walk down the street to the pharmacy. And I said, well, better if I'm going to pass out, better I pass out in the middle of the street than just pass out at this home where nobody's here but me and the dog and the cat. That was my thinking. So I walked and I prayed that I would not pass out. And I went down to the little pharmacia in Little San Miguel. And I said, I need antibiotics. And they didn't have any antibiotics. I think I asked for amoxicillin. So, and I know I said it wrong, but they knew. I have to Google Translate. They said they didn't have any antibiotics there. And so I did let the owner know, the pet owner know that I won't be walking the dog right now because I'm really, really sick. And he referred me to what he said was, what did he call him? Dr. Guapo? Something really good looking, like, yeah, he was like the really good looking doctor. Anyways, he gave me the name, the number, and he said, reach out to him on WhatsApp. And I reached out to him and he was just so sweet. He came to me. That's one thing about in Mexico. Doctors will come to you. It cost me like out of pocket because I was delirious. It was bad. But he came. I think it cost me total $100. That was with him coming to me, checking my vitals, doing all this stuff, and bringing and getting antibiotics for me. That was a pretty scary. But I will say this: during this time, one of the people, H&D Danica from H&D Abroad, was just checking to see how I was doing. I was telling her that I was sick, and she was literally not even in Mexico. Was like, let me reach out to some of the women there in the community to see if they can come and help you. And I was like, no, I'm fine and stuff. But she was really ready to like reach out to like get people to come help me as needed on this pet sit while I'm just laid up like with fever and really sick. I thank God that, I got some ibuprofen. I took some, got the antibiotics. I was feeling better a couple of days later, but then the antibiotics were doing something to me also, and it was throwing me off. And I got some yogurt. But and thank goodness I had enough wherewithal to, I can't remember where. I think I went when I was feeling better. I went to the store, and while in the really nice grocery store too in San Miguel, and yeah, I got some yogurt, and I think the yogurt helped me. Whatever the enzyme, whatever it was with the yogurt that they tell you to do the cultures or whatever with the yogurt, I did that, and I started feeling better after that. Now it took me actually. I think I was like I was feeling better and the fever was gone, but it took me another like 2 weeks to really get back to feeling like myself. After that, I was really still just not feeling completely 100%. I don't know if it was COVID. I have no idea. But that was the sickest that I think I've felt in like, I don't know how long. Um, and I'm just so thankful that, I finally, like the last day, I was like, okay, let's go out a little bit. And I went. And I will say this about the different areas that I visited. Puerto Vallarta seems to be more of the retirement community. It was very nice. You had a lot of the snow bunnies there, people that come down from Canada or from like the upper state area, the upper United States to get away from the snow. But there seems to be a lot of retirement there. Um, Also very huge, very huge. There was Zona Romantica, yeah, very huge gay scene. Oh my goodness, yeah, they had like Houston Montrose ain't got nothing on Zona Romantica in Puerto Vallarta at all. Okay, in yes, in Mexico City, there seemed to be more. It was very diverse. It was more modern. I had a lot of fun. It was like a very diverse group of people, young, old, just well-rounded. I felt like in San Miguel that the expats there were a little bit arrogant. The yeah, the non people that were not of color, they seemed to be a little bit arrogant towards the tourist. It was really kind of funny. It's like they're like, no, this is not because I happened upon this one restaurant. Can't remember the name. It was busy, it was loud, nice vibe. But I was talking to a gentleman that was just sitting beside me at the bar, and he was like, "Oh no, this is the place for the expats. We don't deal with the tourist area. This is our place." And I was like, "You are an expat living here." It was, I don't know, it was just kind of a like when I ran into a couple other people, like when I was just walking around, and you see somebody or you hear an American accent or not a non-Spanish accent, and you ask, "Are you visiting or you live here?" And it was like, "Oh no, we live here. No, we moved here years ago." I don't know. It was just such a kind of a little bit of attitude, like they're better than, and I'm like, "Girl, get off your high horse. Stop it. You're here. Be appreciative." So anyways, that's my experience. I hope to get this together. I'm going to take down the actual live so I can like splice them together tomorrow and get it right. But I'm going to do some very bare minimal editing on this because that was the whole point of me going live. I didn't want to have to edit anything. So anyways, with that, I'm going to go ahead and go now so I can figure out. Let me see. It looks like, yeah, it looks like I don't, my laptop's charging now, but the internet went down. I don't know what. Okay, we're gonna get this together. It's my second live, and it's crazy, and we're gonna get this together. And thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. In joining. I appreciate the support. Do like and subscribe. Are there going to be more hiccups? Probably so. Yeah, probably so. But come on back anyways, so I can share my experiences and talk about just sharing all the wonderful craziness of what I've been doing the past year and finding ways to enjoy life. Okay. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Thanks for the support.